Have you ever agreed to something you didn't want to do, and the whole time your soul was just whispering, "Why didn't you just say no?" Yeah, today we're talking about one of the most life-changing yet terrifying skills a human can learn, the power of saying no, and why it scares people more than horror movies, exams, and commitment combined. Let's break this down honestly, simply, and with a little humor, because we've all struggled with this tiny but powerful word. Number 1, saying no feels scary because we're wired to please people. From childhood, many of us were taught, be nice, don't upset anyone, say yes, be cooperative. So now when someone asks us for something we don't want to do, our brain panics like, if I say no, they'll hate me. My reputation will crumble. The world will explode. But the truth, most people respect a clear no. It's your fear talking, not reality. Number 2, we think saying no makes us selfish, but saying yes when we don't mean it is what actually hurts us. You're not selfish for protecting your time, energy, boundaries, mental health, or priorities. You know what is selfish? Someone expecting you to sacrifice those things just to make them comfortable. Saying no is self-respect, not selfishness. Number 3, we fear rejection, so we avoid saying no. When we say no, we're afraid the other person will judge us, leave us, get angry, think less of us, stop liking us. So we say yes when we want to scream, please no. But here's the truth. If someone stops loving you because you set a boundary, they didn't love you. They loved your compliance. Number 4, saying yes is easy. Saying no requires courage. Anyone can say yes, sure, okay, no problem. Saying no? No, I can't. No, I'm not comfortable. No, that doesn't work for me. That takes strength, clarity, self-awareness, confidence. No is a small word, but a big declaration of identity. Number 5, our brain hates disappointing people, even strangers. You know that moment when a coworker asks for help and you're drowning in your own tasks, but still say, yeah, totally, I'll do it? Our brain is basically acting like a people-pleasing intern who's terrified of getting fired. We overestimate how disappointed others will be. Most of the time, they simply adjust. The fear is louder than the reality. Number 6, saying no gives you back your time, which is the most valuable thing you have. Time is non-refundable. Every yes you say is you spending a piece of your life. When you say no, you're choosing rest, peace, priorities, goals, mental health, well-being. You're protecting the space where your life actually happens. Number 7, when you don't say no, resentment builds, quietly, then loudly. Saying yes when you don't want to seems harmless, but over time, you feel drained, irritated, taken for granted, unheard, overwhelmed, emotionally exhausted. Your yes becomes a heavy burden. And suddenly, you're mad at people for crossing boundaries you never clearly set. Boundaries unsaid are boundaries broken. Number 8, saying no is easier than dealing with the pain of constantly saying yes. Pain A, the 2-second discomfort of saying no. Pain B, the long-term frustration, burnout, stress, and regret from saying yes to everything. Which one do we choose? Pain B, every single time. Because the human brain avoids short-term discomfort even if it means long-term suffering. But once you learn to tolerate the tiny sting of saying no, your whole life changes. Number 9, no makes room for the things that actually matter. When you say no to things that drain you, you create space for things that build you. You make room for passions, goals, meaningful relationships, mental peace, self-care, growth, rest, joy. Your life becomes intentional instead of accidental. No is how you shape your life. Number 10, the deepest truth. Saying no is an act of self-love, and that's why it scares people. Because self-love requires choosing yourself, upsetting people, disappointing expectations, breaking old habits, standing your ground, knowing your value, trusting yourself. Most people fear these things, not because they can't say no, but because they were never taught that they're allowed to say no. But let me say this clearly. You are allowed to say no. You are allowed to protect your energy. You are allowed to have boundaries. You are allowed to prioritize yourself. No is not rejection. No is not rudeness. No is not conflict. No is your power. So why does saying no scare people? Because they fear rejection. They fear judgment. They fear conflict. They fear disappointing people. They fear being misunderstood. They fear looking selfish. They fear losing love. But no is the key to self-respect. It's the doorway to freedom. It's the boundary that keeps your life healthy. Saying no doesn't push the right people away. It reveals who the right people truly are. Thanks for watching, and if this hit home, just know this. Your no is powerful.